Jai Hind, dear students. Once again, welcome you all for your mathematics class. From last two lectures, we all are solving certain questions from the NCERT book from the chapter Some Application of Trigonometry. In continuation with the same, today also we are going to solve few of the questions from the same chapter so that you all can get an idea how to solve these type of questions when it comes in your exams. So let us begin with the first question. It is the question number 8 from your NCERT book, which says a statue 1.6 meter tall stands on the top of a pedestal. From a top on the ground, from a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the statue is 60°, and from the same point the angle of elevation of the top of the pedestal is 45°. Find the height of the pedestal. So here in this question, what does it say? That there is a statue which has been placed over a pedestal. You can consider the pedestal as a part where the statue is kept. So pedestal will have certain height from the ground, and above that the statue is placed. The height of the statue is given to us. The height of the pedestal has to be calculated. We have taken a point on the ground from where the angle of elevation of the top of the statue which is kept above the pedestal is 60°, whereas the angle of elevation of the top of the pedestal, which is the foot of the statue, is 45°. So to complete this question, to get the answer, to find out the height of the pedestal, the first and foremost thing which we need to do is to draw the diagram, which is very important, as I have already told in the previous lectures also. So let us draw the diagram. You can see the diagram over here. You can consider AB as the pedestal, AC as the statue whose height is given as 1.6 meter. From the point D, this point D is taken as the point of observation. From here, the top of the statue, that is point C, when it is viewed from point D, the angle of elevation is 60°, and the top of the pedestal, that is point A, when observed from the same point D, the angle of elevation is 45°. So this is all about the diagram. What we need to find is the height, that is AB. For the sake of convenience, I have taken the length of BD as X. Now what we need to do, we need to see what are the things given, we need to see what we need to find, and then we need to find out a trigonometric ratio which gives us the relationship between those two, that is known and unknown, and then we will simplify for this. Here as you can see, we have two unknown values, one is H, another is X. So we require two different equations to solve for these two unknown quantities. So from the figure it is quite clear that we can get two relationships between H and X. One when we take the triangle ABD, and another one when we consider triangle CBD. So let us proceed with the solution now. First of all, we have considered triangle ABD. Here angle is 45°. This is height and this is base, or the perpendicular and the base. So relationship between them is tan theta. So we will consider tan 45° as is equals to AB by BD. The value of tan 45° is 1. AB from our consideration is H, BD is X. So we will get 1 is equals to H by X. When we transpose this X to the left hand side, we'll get X is equals to H. Let us consider this as equation number 1. Simple, quite easy. Now in the second part of this question, we will take triangle CBD. For triangle CBD, once again we have perpendicular and base, so the relation will be same, tan. The only change will be the angle of elevation will be 60° and the perpendicular now will be considered from B to C instead of from B to A. So tan 60 is perpendicular by base. So tan 60 will be equals to CB upon BD. So the total length of CB will be 1.6 meter plus H, whereas BD remain X. Also the value of tan 60° is √3. So we'll substitute all these values and then we will simplify it. So once we will substitute, we will get √3 is equals to H plus 1.6 by X. Shift this X to the left hand side. Once we shift, we will get √3x is equals to H plus 1.6. So now this has been considered as equation number 2. From here, you can see you have got two different equations which contains two variables h and x. Now, whichever way you like, you can use it to solve for required. We need height. So I will replace this x by using this first equation. As h and x are equal, so I replace this x by h. So we get √3h is equals to h plus 1.6. Shift this h to the left hand side, so it becomes this. Take h common, so we will get this. Shift this √3 minus 1 to the right hand side, so we will get this. After rationalization and simplification, we will get the height of the pedestal is √0.8 times √3 plus 1 meter. If in the exam the value of √3 is mentioned, you need to substitute and write down the answers in decimal. Otherwise, if you leave this question in this format also, no one will deduct your marks. So quite easy this question was, and in fact the other questions are also easy. Let's go for one more question. And this is question number 13 from your NCERT book. It says, as observed from a top of a 75-meter high lighthouse from the sea level. So the lighthouse is usually there in the sea. The height is 75 meter from the bottom. The angles of depression of two ships are 30° and 45°, and one ship is exactly behind the other, which means both of the ships are on the same side of the lighthouse. It's written also. Find the distance between the two ships. Once again, for doing this, we require diagram. So let's draw the diagram. So the two ships can be placed at 2 points which has been taken on the ground level, and the vertical one is the lighthouse. This angle will be 30°. This angle will be of 45°. The height of the lighthouse is 75°, so that is 75°. Now we will label the diagram. So AB is the lighthouse. D and C are the positions of two ships from where, and actually we need to show the angle of depression. So to show the angle of depression, we need to draw a line at point A which is parallel to the base, that is BD, and then the angle of depression of the first one will be 30° and for the second one will be 45°. I have written 30 and 45° in the beginning at the bottom just to make you understand that though it is the angle of depression, we need to show it on the top, but still the base angles will also be the same measurement. So let us consider triangle ABC now. Once again, we need to find out the distance between the two ships. So basically we need to find out the distance between C and D, or actually we need to find out the length of CD. So we will have two triangles, ABC in first case and ABD in the other case. Again, we use tan theta to get the relationship between DC and BD so as to find out DC. So in triangle ABC, if I use BC as X and DC as Y. Then tan 45 degree will be equals to perpendicular by base, that is 75 by X. Look, we are talking about this triangle. Tan theta is perpendicular by base. Theta is 45 degree. The value of tan 45 is 1. Height, that is AB, is 75, and this is. So we will get 1 is equals to 75 by X. If we shift this to this side, we will get X is equals to 75 meter. So we got the length of, or the distance of, the first ship which is at sea from the lighthouse. Now when we consider triangle ABD, we will use this value of X so as to find out the distance between the two ships. So now if we consider triangle ABD, in this if I use tan theta, so it will be tan 30 degree is equals to, perpendicular will remain same, that is 75, but for the base we need to take this whole distance, that will be X plus Y. We know the value of tan 30 is 1 by root 3, so we substitute it over there. We know the value of X now from the first case, so we will substitute all these values. Once we put all these values, we will get this, do the cross multiplication, and we have got this. Now you can put the value of X over here to get the value of Y. So it is this. X is 75, so placed over here, rest of the things as it is. We need to find Y, so we will shift this 75 to the right hand side and take 75 common. We will get is equals to root 3 minus 1 times 75 meter. So the distance between two ships is 75 multiplied by root 3 minus 1, or 75 times root 3 minus 1 meter. Remember to write the correct unit when you are answering the questions anywhere. Otherwise, teachers have the right to deduct your marks for the same. So with this, the answer to this question is the distance between the two ships is 75 times root 3 minus 1 meter. I hope this question must be clear to you. Again, one thing to be noted down: whenever there is angle of depression, you need to show as I have shown it in the figure. Ultimately, we will take those angles at the bottom and we use it because of the alternate angle property. But whenever the angle of depression is given, we need to show it in the diagram. With this, we come to the end of the today's class. We'll meet in the next class with some more questions from the exercise. Till then, keep solving the remaining question of the exercise. If there is any doubt, revert back to us. Happy learning. Jai Hind.